Hey everybody, it's Mandy from Mandy Jean Shake. Have you guys ever got a new camera and you're trying to figure it out and you film a video and you import it and then like a dummy you delete the video off your card and then you realize that it didn't import into iMovies? So I'm going to film another video about these brushes. They're too awesome not to film a video again. Over the weekend I went to Target and I got... Okay, before we do this, disclaimers. Again, got a new camera, trying to figure it out. Trying to figure out, like, how much of a backdrop I want, how much my head, blah, blah, blah. So ignore all the crap behind me. Ignore my brows. My brows need to be done, but I had to grow them back because the last time I had them done, I didn't have Ariana do them. I had like a brow emergency and Kirby did them and she did a great job. Like, I'm not bashing Kirby at all, but they were a little thin. So I had to grow them back so that way I could get my brows how I want. And I'm going to see Ariana on Saturday. So you're probably going to see a couple bad brow videos, but please don't judge me. I'm a really nice person. Moving right along. Went to Target, bought some brushes, and these are the Sonia Kashuk All That Jazz 10-piece set. They are $34.99. You can get them in store or online. These are like, I love these brushes so much. This little container is not part of the set. This is actually an e.l.f. Brush holder that I just have them in for now. But again, you get 10 brushes for $34.99. Honestly, like, don't even watch the video. Just freaking go get these brushes. For $34.99, you get an amazing set of brushes. There's only one brush that I wish was in here, and I'll tell you about that later on in the video. All the brushes have this gold ribbed detail, which I think is so pretty. I have never seen brushes like this before. And that is one thing that I love about Sonia Kashuk brushes, is they all aren't black with silver. What's this thing called? I can't remember now. So you don't film YouTube videos for like a month and your brain fries. But with the silver, what do they call that thing? Ferrule. That's what it's called, the ferrule. So I like brushes that are a little bit different. As you guys can see by all my brushes behind me, they're all like totally different. But Sonia Kashuk is very creative when her designers actually design these brushes. Like I said, black and gold, love it. These are natural hair brushes, so if you don't like natural hair, if you like synthetic, keep that in mind. For a natural hair brush, they do shed. Not terrible, but you know, you may have to just check your face over before you go out the door. I love the ivory bristles. They are super easy to clean. I actually used all the brushes but 2 today and spot clean them, and they look really nice. So the first brush in the set they call a powder brush, and it's a powder brush. What makes this brush special compared to other brush sets is the amount of fibers that you get. This is a large powder brush. I mean, you can look at it compared to the size of my face. I mean, it definitely would put the translucent powder, the face powder on. It's fluffy enough where you can buff things in, but it's stiff enough where you can also press powders in. So this is a really, really nice brush, really soft, does not feel pokey against the skin, and it washed up amazing. The next brush is the flat top buffing brush. Again, finding a nice flat top buffing brush is like, it should be everybody's, you know, quest in life if you love makeup, because you know, there's a Sigma F80, there's the MAC flat top brushes, the MAC duo fiber brushes. You know, Coastal Scents has their flat top buffing brush. BH Cosmetics has flat top buffing brushes. Even e.l.f. has flat top buffing brushes. What I like about this one is, would I call this my favorite? No, but from the drugstore, it does a great job. The bristles are nicely packed, they're soft, they're flexible. I actually used the stippling brush to stipple on my foundation, and I actually put on too much. So when I used this to buff out my foundation, it looked so nice. And it also cleaned up really well. I mean, there's still a little bit of foundation in there, but you know, my brushes aren't gross. I saw some YouTubers that they pick up these dirty, nasty brushes and they start putting it on their face. And I'm just like, oh, no. No, no, no. But I do really like this buffing brush. I have quite a few buffing brushes. I think the buffing brush that I think is the most close to this would be the Real Techniques buffing brush. Real Techniques is rounded on the top where this is flat, but it does a great job. The third brush in the kit is a Angle Duo Fiber brush. I would say this is a loosely duo fiber brush. I mean, it definitely does have bristles that are different sizes, which is fine. But I would call this more of a stippling brush, and it does an amazing job at stippling your foundation in. I used it for my CoverGirl, whatever the Fabulous one is, stipple my foundation on. I actually put too much on, and it did an amazing job. It did not look cakey. And it washed up really nice, considering, you know, I had a crap ton of foundation in there. I also use this brush for my cream blush that I have on today. Perfect size. The next brush that's in here is one that, does anybody ever use these? If you use them, like, one, let me know, because I think you may be like a unicorn. And two, what do you use them for other than for foundation? They gave me a really nice flat foundation brush. This is probably the most densely packed foundation brush I've ever seen. It is like crazy thick. I mean, it's a really nice foundation brush. I may actually try to use it because my beef with flat foundation brushes is they put too much product on your face. So that's why I like buffing brushes and stippling brushes more. But they did give you one, and it's a really nice foundation brush. This one I did not use today because I never use them. I have like, I would say at least 6 or 7 of those brushes in my collection, and I never use them. Now they give you 5 eye brushes. Well, 6 if you count the little lash brush. They give you an eyeshadow brush. It's definitely thicker than the crease brush. You can see the difference there. It's pinched in the middle, so you get a nice feathered out effect at the top. It packed on my shadow nicely. It's a nice eyeshadow brush. I have no issues with it. The only brush that I think is missing from this whole kit would be a nice flat top, or a nice flat eyeshadow brush for like pigments and like the MAC Extra Dimension shadows. That I would like one for, but this brush does a good job. And it's a little bit fluffy, so it also diffuses some of the shadow too, which is nice. This is their crease brush. Now I'm going to do a dupe video. I'm going to do some research first. I think this could be a dupe for the MAC 217. If it's not a dupe, it's pretty close. It does feel a little bit stiffer at the bottom than a MAC 217. But I use this to, let's see, on my eyes today I have on MAC Paint Pot Antique Diamond and MAC Silvering Sun Extra Dimension Shadow. And I used this brush to just buff out the edges, just to make sure we didn't have any harsh lines. Did a great job. The next brush in the collection is a crease brush. This is honestly more of a pencil brush to me. Ooh, my hair is, excuse my hair too, it's just kind of like doing its own thing today. But this is definitely more of a pencil brush to me than a crease brush. What I like about it is it is pointed to an extent at the top, and I think it would be amazing for packing on color for the outer V and in the crease, and maybe even blending out color on your lower lash line. It's a nice brush. I did not use it today. Now I have 3 more brushes in this collection. The next one is called a Angle Duo Fiber Eye Brush. I did not use this for my makeup. What I actually used this for was my concealer, and it is freaking amazing. It reminds me of the Sigma P82. It maybe is a little bit longer than the P82, but I mean it blended out my concealer amazing. It doesn't feel super pokey or like stab you in the eye. It's pretty soft, but it did such a good job of blending out my concealer, and it actually pressed the concealer into my fine lines enough where it looked really flawless. Now the last actual brush is just a small pencil brush. This one was great for putting in a little bit of color in my inner corners. I actually thought it was a lip brush before I saw it was an eyeshadow brush. But again, I mean, it's just a nice little pencil eyeshadow brush. And the last one is a brow grooming brush. You know, it was fine. I get so many of these that I'm kind of like, meh. I wish they would have replaced this with a flat shadow brush. So, But that is my review of the Sonia Kashuk All That Jazz brush set. Seriously, y'all, if you can get these, get them. They are amazing. I love this brush set. For the price, which is $34.99, I think it's a great price. I think it's a value. The brushes themselves feel high quality. They're limited edition too, so that makes them even cooler. What is better than this detail on these brushes? I mean, really, these are so freaking cute. I'm gonna try to now that I have my new camera, I think what I'm gonna try to do is upload videos twice a week to 3 times a week, depending on my schedule, now that I'm back to having my set day when I work from home. I also ordered new lighting, so I won't have to be battling, you know, the lighting game. So once that stuff gets here and set up, you know, hopefully I'll be filming again. My love is my blog, and I want to get back to blogging 5 days a week and doing my YouTube videos 2 to 3 times a week, because that's just what I love to do. I love YouTube also. I mean, I've been watching your guys' videos as much as I can, commenting as much as I can, so I hope you guys didn't think that I just peace out, see you later. But for me, it's like my family, and by family, you know, my dogs and my family. When things happen in my life, it's like I just have to take a break, and that was what I needed for the last couple months, was to take a break, to get settled back into routine. A lot changed in my job for the better. It's still, you know, a little heartbreaking to me, but I mean, a lot changed there. My home life changed a little bit. It's just been, you know, constant, you know, whenever I turn around, something was going on and I had to deal with something, or I had to deal with something for somebody, or I had to do something. You know, we decided to take a 4x4 trip. We took a 4x4 trip and my FJ Cruiser died. She's fine now, but it was just like more crap. So everything, knock on wood, seems to be settling down. So I would like to get back to the things that I love to do now that I actually have a little bit of time. So I hope you enjoyed my review on the Sonia Kashuk brush set. I hope my camera, like, the footage is good and then I don't freaking delete it again like a dork, so I don't have to film this for the 3rd time. Once I figure out my camera, I'm going to do like a little review on it from a blogger's point of view, because I tell you what, trying to figure out which camera I wanted to get was like harder than my decision to get married. Not even kidding. It took me months to finally pick out my camera. And the reason why I picked the Rebel T5i is because I was watching some beauty bloggers and vloggers. I liked the quality of their videos, so I looked up what camera they were using and the lens and was like, that's what I want. So far, I have to say, I'm not like a tech girl at all. I get confused real quick, but this camera is pretty easy to use. Knock on wood. You know, shoot, I deleted my other video, so I guess I shouldn't say that, right? But anyways, I hope you enjoyed my review of the Sonia Kashuk brushes. You know, get them if you want them. They're really nice. I like them. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. If you liked my video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!